Hi, welcome to my Munros challenge, day 91. I'm revisiting route 111, so we'll call this 111B. So I've got to go round to Binnein, the big peak, and now Grugican, which is the maidens. I'll just pan around quickly. I was going to start a bit higher up at the lock, and that was at yesterday, but just noticed over there, that's Krisha, and where we were yesterday, and Milavori, and I think over there in the background was the peak with the hidden valley. Yeah, fabulous. Anyway, I'm heading up this way. I'll be around at the lock-in in a minute where we got to yesterday. So there's a series of cairns telling you to turn left off this track. This is the first one here. Now you can go to the top, but I'm going to go to the cairn where I was yesterday when I decided not to go to the top, just for a bit of continuity really on the video. So I think that's the third left. So there we go. If you remember, that was the first one that we did yesterday. Sgurr. So here we are. This is where we were yesterday. So that's Binnein over there. You see the path skirting down the glen. Sgurr, which we did yesterday. This is the crossroads where the second time I decided that I didn't have it in my legs. So that's where we're heading. Binnein up there. Up here we're going to hang a left onto the ridge top, and then we're going to follow the ridge all the way round to the summit. That's the plan. So this is the ridge apparently that Mel Gibson, when he played Wallace in Braveheart, William Wallace, was running on in the film, along this ridge top. So you can see the lock-in that we've come from. Path skirts up this side quite nicely, avoids the scree, not overly steep. It zigzags its way up the side. You can just see Stan ahead, almost at the ridge. So here we are, people ahead. We're on the ridge now, making our way to the summit. You know, I'm just walking up this ridge and I just realised that's now Grugican over there. That's the second Munros. So we're at this cairn which splits the path. So we're going up Binnein up to the top, retracing our steps to here. Then we're going over Grugican over there. That's the plan. As I'm walking up this ridge to the top, I've just spotted Ben Nevis. How can you not just see Ben Nevis? Obviously it's been there a while. I've just realised that's Ben Nevis over there in the cloud, and that'll be the ridge that I'll be walking across to get to it when we do it. That's about 3 weeks time, the Ben. Oh, maybe longer, maybe 4. Wow. So here we are, Binnein. Now look at this. That's Binnein where we were yesterday. That little lock-in where we had to take shelter. That was the first one yesterday. But let's look round the Ben in all its glory. Ben Nevis. It's about 3 weeks. So over there there'll be the Ring of Steel somewhere, and the various hills we've done over the last week or two. The hidden valley over there. I can see the Beag that we climbed down, just ridiculously steep. So that'll be Glencoe village right in the distance underneath the 2 peaks you can see over there that Stan and I did 3 or 4 days ago. So earlier when I talked about William Wallace, this is a ridge apparently that he was running on. a strange feeling when you look across on the horizon and you think, you know what, I've climbed most of them. And I'm just trying to pick out, I know I can see lawyers over there, but I can't quite make it out. I would imagine Ben Moore's over there, and I can't quite make it out, but there's one over there that stands on its own. Now I'm pretty certain that's Sgurr, because Sgurr did stand on its own. Very cylindrical. I have to say, this is a fabulous looking ridge. Awesome. Thoroughly enjoying the day. I have to say, the top part of this ridge is extremely rocky, bouldery, difficult underfoot. Not far to the top now, you can see the top up there. Now Grugican, here we are at the summit. There we go. Binnein Moor over there, just come back from. That was quite a bit of a rough ridge to climb. So that's Binnein over there. Some fantastic views. Looking down to Glencoe again. So there's various ways off this ridge. I haven't made my mind up which way I'm going to go down yet. So that's Stop Curry, a chair on the part of the Ring of Steel there. It's not that far away. I'm so tempted to go over and bag 2 of them, but that means later on I won't be doing the Ring of Steel then. And I quite wanted to do the Ring of Steel, so I'm torn now whether to add it onto today or save it for the proper route. So I decided to follow the ridge off. I'm saving the Ring of Steel for the Ring of Steel rather than splitting it in half. Considering how tired I was yesterday, I'm probably best keeping my powder dry for a couple of days. So we'll follow this ridge, then it becomes pathless for a bit before we pick up a stalker's path. Kinlochleven in the valley bottom, in the glen bottom. Wow. Absolutely stunning. Stunning. There's loads of deer around here. Stan keeps getting a sniff of them. So I'm at the end of the ridge. Yeah, looking back. And these 2 gentlemen I'm with, because it's pathless now, are telling me it's this way. So I'm going to take their word for it and we're going to head that way. Because there's no path, so they're in the right way, they're in the wrong way. So here we go. Very, very steep, very rocky. But it's actually quite obvious really where you're kind of heading. As daft as that sounds. So this is where we're heading anyway. So we've followed the ridge to the end. There's a kind of a rough path going down the side of the scree. Now you can see there's a cairn here. So even though it's pathless, there is a rough route down. So we're going to head this way and eventually we'll pick up that track down there. So we've come down this really steep grassy side. It's pathless, but there's little ridges that you can step down, so it's actually made the descent quite easy. I can't really describe them, but they're like natural ridgy steps coming down the steepness, so it makes it a lot easier than you'd think. And the gradient's levelled off now, so we're heading this way towards a footpath somewhere. So I picked up this stalker's path now, further down, just following it round through into the bottom half of the woods. Different way home that I did yesterday, just make it a bit different. Not sure if you can make out in the trees, but that's Greymere's waterfall over there. Now apparently I've missed it now, but there's a viewing platform at the bottom of it, which is a shame, but I ain't going back. Hi, welcome to day 91 of my Munro challenge. Today I continued on route number 111B. It's Saturday the 28th of May. I parked at the same car park as the other day at Kinlochleven near the waterfalls. I didn't take much footage at all because I've pretty much retraced my steps all the way back up to the Lochen underneath Sgurr Elide Moor. So not much footage at all for the first part of the walk because it's already there on YouTube. Now, once you get to the Lochen at Sgurr Eighty Moor, you get to the crossroads, and I hung a left up to the ridge. It's a great path. The ridge looks quite high up, but it actually skirts and zigzags up, taking most of the steep gradient away, and very, very quickly you get to the ridge. I'm calling it the Braveheart Ridge because that's where part of the film was filmed, along that ridge, and it's quite a steady ascent all the way up to Binnein Moor. Absolutely no real steep bits, and no real oh my god, this is steep moments. It was very, very steady all the way to the top. It did get a little bit rocky in places, but nothing ridiculous. The views were awesome, absolutely awesome. I'm looking over Ben Nevis, the ridge up to Ben Nevis. I was looking across at the Ring of Steel. I was looking back over the various hills, trying to make out where I'd been, knowing that I'd climbed most of them. I think I could make out Shialion. I was trying to make out the Lawyers Ridge, and I was trying to make out Ben Moor. There's so many things you could point at. Absolutely awesome. And not least the next Munro, Nagrugican, which is a really, really nice ridge walk. So I walked back down the Braveheart Ridge, and eventually get to the cairn, and a drop to a really rocky Beag. And it was quite a rocky climb actually up Nagrugican. Very rocky, in fact, difficult underfoot, but again another very, very, very stunning summit with the views over even all the way down to Glencoe. Fabulous views. I was actually tempted to do a couple of rows on the Ring of Steel. They were that close. One of them was probably half an hour away, 20 minutes. It felt that close, but I didn't want it to spoil the Ring of Steel. That sounds silly. I had lots of time today. I was feeling so much better than the other day, but I met two fabulous guys who I walked with most of the day, on and off. Great company, Lee and Alan, absolute great company. They should have had their friend Jamie with them, but he was grounded apparently. But it makes such a difference walking with people you can chat to, and the miles just fly by. Now, I've alluded to the Braveheart Ridge a couple of times. The actual YouTube snippet, if you like, that I took is actually called The Legend Spreads on YouTube, and I think it'd be lovely if my legend spread on my YouTube channel. So if you could, please like what you see, please subscribe, please share. Today was 10 miles. It was a fabulous day. It took us 6 hours 15 minutes, and there was 3,891 feet of ascent.
Sgurr.